A god of darkness, a symbiote king, and the ultimate clash for the universe, Venom faces his greatest challenge yet, Knull, the primordial god of symbiotes. How do you stop a being who controls all darkness? Stay with me as we unravel one of Marvel's greatest cosmic battles, an epic that will shake the Marvel universe forever. Knull, the dark god who has existed since the dawn of time, once ruled over the endless void before the universe itself was formed. Before light ever existed, Knull was the ruler of this infinite emptiness, and in his loneliness, he forged the symbiotes. These beings were his weapons, tools of darkness. But millennia ago, Knull was imprisoned by the forces of light, buried within a living cage in the farthest reaches of space. Now, after billions of years, Knull is free. His rage for the gods of light who banished him has grown to unimaginable proportions. As his prison breaks, a wave of darkness spreads across the galaxy, shrouding entire star systems. His armies of symbiote dragons descend upon Earth, signaling the beginning of the King in Black's reign. We see the heroes scramble: Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and even cosmic defenders like Silver Surfer. But none of them are prepared for what's coming. Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor coordinate defenses, but Knull's forces sweep through them like an unstoppable storm. Entire cities fall as darkness engulfs the planet. But what Knull truly wants isn't just Earth. He's after his long-lost creation, Venom. Eddie Brock, the man behind Venom, has long known that something far worse than anything they've ever faced was out there. Now that Knull is here, Eddie can feel his presence deep within the symbiote bond, as though Knull is a whisper in his very mind. It's suffocating, a darkness creeping into Eddie's thoughts, showing him visions of a world consumed by black, with no escape. As Knull's influence grows, Eddie struggles with overwhelming guilt. For years, Eddie has tried to control Venom to make him a force for good, but now that Knull has arrived, it's clear that Venom is just a piece of something far larger and far more terrifying. Eddie's son, Dylan Brock, becomes a target for Knull. Dylan, who has his own unique connection to symbiotes, is far more than Eddie ever realized. Knull wants Dylan because of his immense potential to either tip the balance or destroy Knull's empire. Eddie faces an impossible choice: stay and fight Knull or protect his son at all costs. With the world already crumbling around him, Eddie must come to terms with his role in this cosmic war. In the middle of this emotional storm, Eddie meets with Spider-Man, Peter Parker, who has been his ally against Knull's forces. Together, they reflect on their history with the symbiote and what this battle means for both of them. For Peter, it's another day of fighting an impossible threat. But for Eddie, this is personal. This is the endgame. This is the Knull's invasion intensifies. Cities across the globe fall as his symbiote dragons ravage everything in their path. The Avengers and X-Men launch desperate counterattacks, but Knull's mastery over symbiotes makes him nearly invincible. His forces are vast and unstoppable, corrupting even the most powerful heroes. Captain Marvel, Hulk, and even Storm fall under Knull's influence, transformed into his dark warriors. Meanwhile, Eddie tries to rally what few heroes remain uncorrupted. Knull captures Venom, and in a moment of chilling clarity, Eddie realizes that Knull has always been able to control Venom, making Eddie feel helpless. Knull plays with Eddie's fear, reminding him that he was never truly in control of Venom, and everything he's fought for could be wiped away in an instant. At the Avengers Tower, a small group of uncorrupted heroes, led by Iron Man, Black Panther, and Doctor Strange, scramble to find a way to stop Knull. But as darkness spreads across the globe, even their options seem limited. Knull's army is too vast, his control too absolute. As the final defense lines crumble, Eddie is forced to confront Knull one-on-one, though he knows it's a battle he cannot win, at least not yet. As the world succumbs to Knull's reign, Eddie turns his attention to his son Dylan. Unknown to Eddie, Dylan's connection to symbiotes is more powerful than either of them could have imagined. Knull himself views Dylan as a threat, and for good reason. Dylan has the ability to resist Knull's control and even undo his influence over other symbiotes. The Avengers, recognizing Dylan's potential, move to protect him. Iron Man, in a rare moment of vulnerability, expresses concern for the young boy, seeing shades of his own troubled youth in Dylan. But Dylan feels the weight of the world on his shoulders. He is not just fighting to save himself, He may be humanity's last hope. With Earth's mightiest heroes falling to Knull's corruption, Dylan's power becomes a key to survival. In a heartbreaking conversation with his father, Dylan confronts the fear and uncertainty that has been building up inside him. He doesn't want to be a weapon, but he knows that to defeat Knull, he might have to sacrifice more than he ever thought possible. As Knull tightens his grip on the Earth, a new cosmic force enters the fray, the Enigma Force, a sentient energy known as the God of Light. This is Knull's ancient enemy, the very force that imprisoned him billions of years ago. Now, this force has chosen Eddie Brock as its host, making him the ultimate weapon against Knull. Eddie, armed with the power of the God of Light, undergoes a transformation. He becomes a beacon of light, wielding Mjolnir, Thor's hammer, and the Silver Surfer's board, two cosmic artifacts that amplify his power even further. Now, Eddie is ready for his final showdown with Knull. The battle between Venom and Knull begins. It's not just a physical fight, it's a cosmic war between light and darkness. Knull, with the power of the void behind him, launches devastating attacks, but Eddie, now transformed, matches him blow for blow. The Earth trembles beneath their struggle, as the fate of the universe hangs in the balance. The clash between Venom and Knull escalates to unimaginable heights. As their battle rages on, it becomes clear that this is more than just a war between individuals. It's the final confrontation between the forces of creation and destruction. Knull, the primordial god of darkness, seeks to return the universe to its original state, a cold, empty void. But Eddie, fueled by the Enigma Force, fights for the light, for life, and for the future. As Knull gains the upper hand, Eddie taps deeper into the power of the God of Light, summoning the strength of countless fallen heroes who fought before him. Their combined willpower allows Eddie to deliver a devastating blow to Knull, breaking his control over the symbiote horde. In the aftermath, Eddie stands victorious, but the war has taken its toll on both him and the planet. Knull, though wounded, is not yet defeated. Eddie realizes that to truly destroy him, he must strike at the very core of Knull's power, his dark heart, a manifestation of the void itself. Eddie battles through waves of symbiote creatures, tearing his way toward Knull's center of power. With the Enigma Force guiding him, Eddie delivers the final blow, ripping Knull's heart from his chest. The god of symbiotes is undone, and his essence is erased from existence. With Knull's death, the symbiotes across the universe are freed from his control. The darkness that had shrouded Earth dissipates, and light returns to the planet. But the cost of victory is heavy, and Eddie knows that his journey is far from over. And that's the end of Venom's epic battle against Knull, the god of darkness. But the story doesn't stop here. Eddie Brock may have won this fight, but new challenges lie ahead for him and the symbiotes. What does it really mean to be the king in black? And how will Dylan's powers shape the future? Stick around for more, because the next chapter in Venom's journey is just getting started. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. See you in the next one.